Hello and welcome to my monthly wrap up for the month of June. It is late incoming because I've had a doozy of a month, let me tell you. So I'll start with life updates. June started off really well. I was going out to cafes a lot, which was fun and sort of just enjoying my time. I received my Persephone tarot deck, which I will film next month and show you then. So that was lovely. It didn't really come out how I was hoping it would come out though. I don't know what it is. It always looks much better on the computer screen than it does in physical reality. But that came through. However, the second half of the month, we all got sick with the flu. I haven't had the flu in about 8 years, and my children and I went down really bloody hard. You can still hear it in my voice. I'm on day 11 and I haven't quite recovered yet. I think this is going to be one of those very slow going recoveries. And my poor daughter, my youngest daughter, also ended up getting croup as well because she has like overreactionary lungs and almost always gets croup with every illness. So it was a struggle. We struggled. And I'm just starting to feel a bit better now, but I was absolutely taken out of commission. There's nothing that throws a spanner in the works like sickness where you can just do nothing. I can't do anything. So besides that, in the garden, we've got some beautiful camellias flowering at the moment. We are in the middle of winter, so it is time for the camellias to show off their beauty. I have some irises as well that popped up, which is really lovely. Some violets spattered here and there, and we had some daffodils, very soon for daffodils, but they've all come up. I did not do the veggie beds at all, so I've just let the beds lie dormant over the winter. Just didn't have the energy, to be honest with you, and that's fine. Sometimes it's good to let the soil rest anyway. So my ex and I will be getting back into that once spring comes around. I've just been letting the garden pretty much do its thing, rewild itself. Food-wise, I did make a caramel tiramisu. I personally didn't enjoy it that much, but everybody in my family went gaga over it. It's very moist, so if you like moist things, this is the one for you. I'll link the recipe down below if I can. So I did make that this month. In terms of some cafes, the best cafe that I went to, like the prettiest, was Alimentari, and it's gorgeous. It had hanging wisteria and ceramic plates on the walls and an open fireplace. It also had joined to it like a little store with kitchenware and goods and foods. So it's definitely someplace I will return to in the future. The best dish though that I ate was this gnocchi semolina with veggies from Rumour Has It. So good. I am such a sucker for fried gnocchi. If it is done right, it is my favorite dish. My absolute favorite dish. It'd be my, what do you want on your last day on earth? Fried gnocchi, please. So this was absolutely gorgeous. TV wise, I did watch the Arnold documentary, and I'm glad he did address the big elephant in the room, which was having a child with his housekeeper that he kept secret for like 12, 14 years from his wife. Look, besides that, the man might not be a good husband, but he's always been one of my favorite actors. I grew up with him as the epitome of the action star. I've just always liked anything that he's in. He's just got this humorousness about him. He's just funny and he's likable. I've always liked Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's also done a lot of AMAs on Reddit that I've read, and he's really helpful and kind and encouraging. I think he's done amazing things as a human being in terms of his career. Like, he's just really gone to the top of whatever field that he's in, pretty much, whether that's acting, bodybuilding, or politics, which was how bizarre was that when he became the governor of California. He's someone that, yeah, absolutely crushes it. He achieves what he sets out to achieve and does it at the best of his ability. But I've always liked him. I've always wished there was a twins too. I heard that they were going to have him, Danny DeVito, and Eddie Murphy as a third twin, and I would have died for that. That would be amazing. I would have loved to see that. But yeah, so I watched the Arnold documentary and I thought it was pretty well done. Then I have been rewatching Schitt's Creek. When I'm sick, I need comfort, and comfort for me is a show that I know I've already watched, and Schitt's Creek is one of those shows for me. It's very comforting. I love it. David's probably my favorite character, but everyone on that show, amazing. I just adore it. So I've been rewatching Schitt's Creek. Movie-wise, I did watch John Wick 4 and I cried. This is how much of a sook that I am. I cried in John Wick 4. I knew how it was going to end. I predicted it. Still bald like a baby. So I just love Keanu Reeves. I think he's also another wonderful human being, as well as I'm not going to say great actor. I'm going to be honest. His acting's decent, but he's not amazing. But I did like John Wick 4. And now that's done. Now for books, this month I think I read something like 38, 39 books this month overall. And it was not a good reading month, my dudes. I did not have any 5 stars. The highest rating that I gave was a 4-star. So I gave 2 books 4 stars. One of them is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. So this is a contemporary romance with a woman in the medical field and a guy that runs a B&B. I like Abby Jimenez. I liked her second installment, Yours Truly, in this more. But she's definitely my favorite contemporary romance author now. I just find a lot of her stuff relatable. I think this one had a running joke of Princess Bride in it, which I love Princess Bride. So I just enjoy the characters. The third act conflicts suck. They do suck. And it's a lot to do with the women having had previously abusive relationships. I did see a lot of myself in this woman and her previous marriage. So that was a little bit triggering for me. But because of that, they have issues trusting that someone is actually good and is actually going to treat them well, and they tend to self-sabotage. That tends to be the third act conflict, but otherwise enjoyable. So if you're looking for a contemporary romance author, Abby Jimenez might be one to give a go. The second book that I rated 4 stars was A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. This is a horror book, but it's not that scary. I can't read really scary stuff. This is probably about as creepy and scary as I can read, and it's about a house. It's about a lot of insects, some roses, and an uninvited house guest, and some other really creepy stuff. It took a while to get into this one. It was slow going, but over halfway it kicks off. Like once the house guest comes along, it's just pandemonium. It's full on. So I did enjoy my time with it. So in terms of things that I bought, I did buy this book for my daughter. So this is absolutely stunning. It's a book about animals. I think that the execution is gorgeous. It's got just enough information about animals to hit the sweet spot and without overwhelming. But my daughter absolutely loved reading this with me at night time, and we had a blast. So I'm not going to leave it on the scary one. Here we go. Here's a nice fluffy otter. Beautiful book, absolutely stunning. So if you've got kids and they love animals, this is definitely a high quality one. I really did enjoy this book. I also got my children some little stuffed succulent toys, trying to cheer them up, but they were unwell, so I thought they were super cute. And I bought these scissors from Kmart, surprisingly, but they're so bloody adorable. It's like a little swan, and they're perfect for snipping threads on my crochet. And I'm sorry for the dings. That's my eldest daughter complaining that their father is going to take them out today and they don't want to go out because they're still not feeling well. I'll have to message her later. I also bought some lingerie this month. Not that anyone's going to see it, but I got some bras from Honey Burdette, as well as I think it was Bras and Things. One of them, the hot pink one, is from Bras and Things. So there was a sale on and I couldn't help myself. That's my guilty pleasure, I guess, expensive lingerie that nobody sees but me. In terms of my dating life, didn't go anywhere this month, didn't go on any dates, chatted to some people, none of it eventuated into anything. The online dating thing is looking to be a bit of a bust, to be honest with you. And I think I'm just, in terms of dating, just gonna allow the universe to hopefully wrangle something up. I'm just gonna put myself out there and go out and just live my life, and maybe I will end up crossing circles with somebody else. I don't know. I was speaking to my father about it last night, who's in Greece, and he's just like, yeah, as I give the online dating a break, it hasn't worked out for you so far, which is putting it lightly. And maybe, you know, it's just going to take a while. It took 1.5 years the last time. So after my divorce, it took 1.5 years for me to meet my next partner, and we were together for 3 years. So this is the one thing in life I don't think you have any control over, to be honest with you. Like I could just get a partner like date anybody, but I'm not looking just to date anybody. I'm looking to meet someone that I can spend my life with. So sometimes that's not really in your control. All you can do is just live your life and work on yourself. And if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. So for now, I'm doing a less active approach to dating. Now onto the decks that I used and the bags that I crocheted. So one of the decks was the Mushroom Oracle. I really, really like this deck. It is so pretty. It is ridiculous. I crocheted a bag to go with it. I wanted to do something a bit different. So I did what is called crocodile stitch or dragon scale stitch. An absolute pain to crochet, but it looked gorgeous. It's in a Tot Le Martin Tabasco yarn, and I think it just suits it perfectly. So it's one of my favorite bags that I've made, to be honest. It's not that colorful, it's less variegated than I normally do, but I think it really suits the theme of the bag, the theme of the deck. But yeah, the Mushroom Oracle, one of my favorite decks of this month. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. It's very decadent. The next deck that I received was the Botanical Blessings. And by received, I mean, I purchased all of my decks. So put that out there. I purchased all of my decks. The Botanical Blessings. So this was a cute little zine, hand cut deck that I modified. I had to round the edges. And as always, I edge all of my decks if they come unedged. And the bag I made for this is in Licorice All Sorts. It's a 4-ply, and I did it in Star Stitch, which is one of my favorite stitches. I really do enjoy doing it. I really do like the way it looks. I don't love doing it, but it's a little bag, so I thought, perfect. You know, it's for something small. You can just whip it straight up. So I love the bag. I love the deck. It's a lot of fun. I like the way it looks. So I really enjoyed my time with it as well. I made a bag for the Magical Botanical deck. So this bag is Hedgehog DK in Bramble, and I did feather stitch for this, which I also quite enjoy. So that might be one I might put into the rotation. This yarn, beautiful. I absolutely love the way the color worked up. The deck itself is amazing. Not enough cards though, like really not enough cards. But I think the Magical Botanical is fantastic and an excellent botanical deck. I love botanical decks, as you can see. Pretty much all my themes, fungi could be botanical. A botanical. It's my favorite theme for a deck. So this month I've had some amazing decks. They were all decks that I'd purchased this year as well, and I think that has made a big difference. I'm much better at figuring out after last year what I like. So all the decks that I have purchased this year have so far been hits and no regrets. I also worked with the Persephone Oracle. So I got this deck just to work with Persephone. It's fine. The guidebook is amazing, and I do like the themes that they have chosen to correlate with Persephone, but the artwork isn't for me. Like the aesthetic isn't for me. There's not many cards once again either. I think it's only like 20, but it'll do, you know, it does the job, and I'm pairing it with my Persephone tarot deck anyway, which, like I said, I'll save for next month. I also made a tarot mat. This was in Parkour Kitty's Quail Eggs, and this one is a half silk, half merino wool blend, and I just did Suzette stitch because I like to just put something down on the ground in my bedroom when I'm pulling cards in my bedroom, and I wanted something that didn't jar with the aesthetic of my room. I did also extend this blanket. I did a border around the edge, but by going around the edges, it warped it. So it's all warped now. It's not even, but it's fine. I just wanted to make it bigger so that it could encompass more of my bed and the cats could sleep on it. I also worked with the Spread Crafters Oracle this month, and I know in the video I said that I was definitely keeping the deck. I'm not so sure about it now. Like I have a word deck, which is the Sovereign Oracle, which is amazing. It includes a word and then sort of like 3 sentences sort of about the energy of that word. So I've got a deck that I already use for sort of like my word of the day, of the week, or whatever I'm using that for. And in terms of crafting spreads, I don't think it works for me in that way. The shuffling of the cards, like it's a beautiful deck. I love the aesthetic of it. The quality is amazing. I know a lot of people use it a lot, but I just found myself not wanting to use it, and instead I've actually just bought a tarot spread book that I've seen a lot of other tarot tubers using, And I think that's just easier for me. It's already done. Even though I thought this would be easier, like, okay, shuffle some cards and do a spread. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me, so I'm not going to keep it. But I am going to do a birthday giveaway this year in November. I know I said I wasn't going to do one again after the exorbitant cost of shipping. That really sucker punched me with last year's giveaway. I was like, wow, that's a lot. But I thought, you know what, it's okay. I can afford to do a nice thing and send somebody some decks. So I'm going to put that in my deck giveaway. So the decks that I'm not going to keep in my collection, I will be giving away. And that will be one of them. I did make up a mid-year tarot tag, a sort of VR. I based it on the book mid-year tarot tag, mid-year freak out tag, because I thought, oh, it could sort of apply to tarot as well. So I did do that, and that was fun to make. I might do that every year. So besides that, I had a lot of things that I wanted to do with my channel this month. I just could not because I was sick. So I have been getting better at combining my walkthroughs with my personal reviews and pairings of decks. So doing that one video, I think, is better. It's still a bit glitchy, you know, it's until something's really down pat, it's a bit all over the shop. I am still going to continue on with just doing the one video per new deck that I'm using. I was toying whether or not I want to do some like a day in my life kind of vlogs. I do vlog a lot in my book, on my book channel. I include slices of my life, but I thought about maybe doing one for this channel as well. Obviously, I would like to do some more garden content in the future, perhaps even like a cook with me. I don't know, there's just, I'm toying with doing some new kind of things, but I just haven't had the time to do that yet. I am making an oracle deck as well, so that is sort of keeping me busy. Besides that, that is everything for this month. I hope that wherever you are having an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, and as always, stay wild, star child.